when GM and Samsung SDI plan to build an EV battery plant in the U.S., why a southern used car chain is closing, and what has happened to U.S. traffic deaths since 2022. Good morning, I'm Kristen Strakalitis. Welcome to First Shift. More on those stories in a moment, but first, GM's Q1 earnings are in, and the automaker saw its net income of $2.4 billion decrease 19% from a year earlier. But it said its revenue increased 11% to $39.99 billion. GM's adjusted earnings before interest and taxes fell 6% to $3.8 billion as its North America pre-tax profit rose 14% to $3.6 billion. The automaker says it has reduced its 2023 net income forecast to a range of $8.4 billion to $9.9 billion from its previous outlook of $8.7 billion to $10.1 billion.
So Ultium is scaling quite rapidly to support our plan for 400,000 EVs in North America by mid-2024 and more than 1 million EVs annually in North America by 2025. So the expansion of the platform that I want to share today has really been a part of our plan for some time, which is why we did the work up front to really build in the flexibility and growth potential into Ultium.
The U.S. could see another EV battery plant sprout up in the next few years. This is because Samsung SDI says it plans to invest at least $3 billion to build a joint venture EV battery plant with GM in the U.S. GM says it hopes the plant will allow it to support its electrification goals as it attempts to catch up with Tesla. The location of the JV plant has not yet been decided, but Samsung SDI says it's scheduled to begin operations in 2026. Employees working for Southern used car dealership chain U.S. Auto Sales are being furloughed without pay, according to a company memo reported by an Atlanta TV station. It's because the company has decided to keep its retail and supply chain locations closed for the foreseeable future. According to the NBC affiliate WXIA, CEO Bob Anderson stated the company was unable to reach an agreement with its owner and lenders, allowing the retail and supply chain locations to remain open. Business Development Center staff and the underwriting and marketing teams are also being furloughed. Toyota's HD fuel cell electric powertrain kit has been granted a zero-emission powertrain executive order from the California Air Resources Board. Now, the automaker says the kit will give heavy-duty Class 8 commercial truck manufacturers and operators another tool to help them comply with increasingly strict emissions regulations in California. The kit includes hydrogen fuel storage tanks, electric motors, and transmission, and offers a viable alternative to traditional diesel powertrains. A new report from NHTSA reveals that U.S. traffic deaths dropped slightly in 2022. The agency estimated 42,795 people died in vehicle crashes on U.S. roads last year, down about 0.3% from the 42,939 deaths reported for 2021. This reverses a 2-year trend of increases during the COVID-19 pandemic, but continues to remain a crisis. According to Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, he says, quote, "We continue to face a national crisis of traffic deaths on our roadways, and everyone has a role to play in reversing the rise that we experienced in recent years." Lastly, we wanted to remind you that we have our LinkedIn Live happening today at noon Eastern Time. Executive Editor Jamie Butters plans to discuss with a few guests the new EV tax credits, eligible vehicles, and what this means for dealers. You can join the conversation by visiting Automotive News' LinkedIn page. Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to autonews.com for more news, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @first_shift. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.